In this last video of the year, we will cover the best serums and treatments that I tried in 2023. Hey guys, welcome back to Sheri Approved. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, welcome. And if you're already a part of the Sheri Approved family, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope that you all are enjoying the holiday season with your families. But we've come to the end of this series where I tell you about the best products that I tried in 2023 when it comes to skincare. For those of you who may not know, my name is Sheri. I am a licensed skincare consultant and my skin is oily, acne prone. So a lot of the products that I will talk about obviously is going to veer in that vein, as I'm talking about products that I have kept in my skincare routine for at least a period of 2 months during this year. However, some of the products that I will discuss today can be used on multiple skin types, and I will identify those as we go along. Starting with the products from Geek Gorgeous. During this year, I really used a lot of Geek Gorgeous products, and I have to say that overall, I am very impressed with the brand. I really get why a lot of people in Europe go in the direction of using Geek Gorgeous, because they not only have very effective formulas that are really nice and soothing on the skin, but they are also very affordable when you think about some of the skincare that is available with these types of active ingredients. However, 2 products in particular remained in my skincare routine and I have used them a lot. The first one being the Geek Gorgeous A-Game 10, which is their 0.1% retinaldehyde serum. And I have done a more detailed review of both products from Geek Gorgeous that I will mention, so I will link that video for you. Essentially, this product converted me when it comes to retinoids, and I told myself that I would not be going back to retinol again. My skin handled this high percentage retinaldehyde beautifully. The formulation not only gives you that high strength retinaldehyde, which gets you one step closer to retinoic acid, but they have formulated it with allantoin and panthenol so that you get those soothing ingredients on your skin. I was able to use the A-Game 5, move to the A-Game 10 without any signs of retinization, which can happen to some people who are new to retinoid use. Why this product also really impressed me is because if you look on the market, you're not going to see a lot of products with retinaldehyde, mainly because it is an ingredient that tends to be more on the expensive side when it comes to formulation. So you don't really find many affordable products that contain this ingredient at such a high percentage. That's one. But in using it, I realized that it was not only affordable, but it was also effective. And I recommended it to a lot of my clients who were already at higher strength retinols and they wanted to go to the next step, but not necessarily go to tretinoin or retinoic acid to increase the level of irritation that their skin may experience. And I haven't had one client with any negative feedback on this formula. Of course, I do not recommend this if you are new to retinoids. We will talk about some products that are applicable to you. The other item from Geek Gorgeous that I used a ton was their A pad, which is their 20% Azeclair serum. Now, why this one was interesting to me particularly is because, as you guys would have realized, I would have mentioned a couple seborrheic dermatitis flares during this year, with the worst one being the most recent one. And I have noticed that azelaic acid can be a bit of an issue for people who may have malassezia sensitivities, aka me. However, azelaic acid as an ingredient is really good if you have hyperpigmentation issues, if you're dealing with blemishes and dark spots, and is also one of the few active ingredients that you can use when you're pregnant and breastfeeding, especially when it comes to treating acne and hyperpigmentation issues. So I couldn't really use the regular azelaic acid. And what grabbed my interest is that they use a derivative of azelaic acid, something that's going to have the same impact on the skin, but without those other issues. So they actually advertise on their site that this is malassezia safe, and that was music to my ears. I really enjoyed using this product in my skincare routine. I have actually paired it with the retinal and other exfoliating acids as well. And that's the thing about azelaic acid. It is very versatile. It can be used in your morning or nighttime skincare routine, and it can be combined with several other different active ingredients. The good thing about this product is that it targets several things. One, it is definitely going to help hyperpigmentation issues, but if you have oily skin, it's going to help to normalize and control those oils, as well as deal with any blemishes. If you have rosacea and you experience a lot of redness, this is another great product that you could bring into your skincare routine. Next, let's talk about KBAYA. KBAYA released a ton of new products coming down to the end of 2023, and I have been so excited about these releases. And early in 2024, I will be doing my dedicated KBAYA video. It could be more than one. I'm trying to figure out how to like break it up or have to put all together to give you guys all the details, but that is definitely coming. I couldn't end the year without including some of these standouts to me from those new releases when it comes to serums and treating products. The first one is the KBAYA SS 2% salicylic serum. And I know a lot of people got confused when they saw that because they said, wait a minute, doesn't KBAYA already have a 2% salicylic product? And that's their S2 liquid. The difference between that and their new 2% salicylic acid serum is that the new serum is pure salicylic acid. The S2 also has betaine salicylate, which makes it easier for people with sensitive skin or people new to salicylic acid and BHAs to get into this type of ingredient. If that was too gentle for you, then the SS or the 2% serum is definitely where it's at. And if the S4, which is their 4% salicylic acid serum, was too strong for you, which has been an issue for many people, then this one is like right in the middle. You're getting that 2%, which is where a lot of studies have proven like efficacy when it comes to treating acne, dealing with the clogged pores, breaking down that sebum that gets trapped deep within the pores. Then this would be the product that I recommend you try. Many of you may also know that salicylic is an ingredient that works really well when combined with niacinamide. So this product also has 2% niacinamide. And I really enjoyed it because while my skin handles their 4% really well, and I used that for a couple of years, I was able to use this one. I find it to be a little bit more gentle on the skin and such that I could actually use it twice a day if I needed to treat with acne, clogged pores, just overall oily skin, and especially the congestion that occurs in this area of the face. Sometimes I would just apply the salicylic acid just in that area because that's where I actually need the help, and it really works well. And beside the KBAYA EC cream, which I raved about in a video in this series, their retinols was the most exciting thing that KBAYA released, at least in my opinion. Earlier, KBAYA released their L1 serum, which was primarily focused on bakuchiol and having that 2% bakuchiol and just a tiny little bit of retinol. I recommended it to so many people: sensitive skin, dry skin, oily skin, new users of retinol. And so many people had really good impact with that product because it was not irritating at all. I was really impressed with this product because I was using it on the nights that I was off from my retinaldehyde. So while I wasn't using my retinaldehyde every single night and I was working on increasing the amount of times that I used the retinol, I was using the L1 to supplement on the other night, so I will still get the impact because of that bakuchiol. However, KBAYA decided that they would bring out the level 2 and the level 3 in this series. So the difference is that the level 2 has 0.5% retinol and the level 3 has 1% retinol. Think about Paula's Choice 1% retinol serum. Yeah, we add that strength, which is very, very potent and much higher than the strength that you would find in regular over-the-counter retinols. Full disclosure, I have a bottle of L2. I've probably used it twice just to check the texture and so on. But the thing that I really wanted to try was the L3, and that's the one that got into my routine. And interestingly, I had told you guys that I don't think I would be going back to retinol because I was loving my retinaldehyde so much. But I have put down my retinol just a bit because I have been using the KBAYA L3 in my routine. I really wanted to test how it was going to work, how it was going to maintain the results that I was getting with my retinaldehyde, and how my skin was going to handle that particular strength of retinol. They all have the same beautiful texture, adenosine, that 2% bakuchiol, and niacinamide as well. And because your girl was using retinol, I decided that I would jump in with the L3 and use it at the same frequency that I was using my retinol. I highly recommend against that because I actually did get some extra dryness. And then I realized, Sheri, you need to take your own advice. Whenever you're starting a new retinol product, it doesn't matter the strength. Better to be safe than sorry. Start slow and build frequency. So I actually did that. I scaled back a bit and then I slowly got back to the frequency that I was using my retinaldehyde, which is 4 to 5 nights per week. Of course, I wasn't using this during the time that I had my seborrheic dermatitis flare. But my skin is doing so well with this L3. I am so impressed. It is potent, guys. It is potent. So if you've been using their regular retinol, I don't recommend that you jump straight to this. Follow these steps and your skin will love you for it. This one might be a repeat and a regurgitation because I did a whole video specifically on these products, but I am including it here because absolutely this is my best niacinamide and my best vitamin C serum for 2023 for me personally, and that's the COSRX Niacinamide 15 and the COSRX Vitamin C 23. I have gone through multiple bottles of both of these products, and I actually pause these products in order to try other products in those categories, and when I'm finished with those products I go back to these because they just work amazingly for me. So the Niacinamide 15, again, it is much higher strength than most people will need. It works amazingly though, however, on my skin. What I loved about this formula, and I think what's working really good for me, is the combination of the niacinamide with NAG as well as zinc. So I have that anti-inflammatory effect from the zinc for my acne-prone skin, but niacinamide and NAG work really good together for hyperpigmentation and overall evening of skin tone, which I have absolutely noticed, and it works so well both in my AM and PM routine in case I want to pair with retinol or peptides or anything else. And the vitamin C 23, which I thought I would have an issue with, turned out to be great. Of course, I had to get over that initial weird old socks hot dog water kind of smell when you just open it, but it kind of fades, and I got completely into the product. I love the texture, I love what it was doing to my skin, and one of the things that make the COSRX vitamin C's a little bit different is that they combine it with the super vitamin E, which is 50 times more potent when it comes to antioxidant power of regular vitamin E that you find in a lot of skincare products. And COSRX actually makes the claim that this particular vitamin C has antioxidant power that lasts for over 120 hours. Now, I have no way to test that, but this is their claim, and they have done clinical trials on their products, so we will just go with that. The focus of the vitamin C's that they have released is ascorbic acid, which is the most potent form of vitamin C, the most studied form of vitamin C. Like you may have heard several times, it can be a little bit irritating or sensitizing for some people. However, I have gotten no irritation from such a high-strength ascorbic acid serum, but if you think that's going to be a little bit too strong for you, they recently released the vitamin C 13. I have been using it and it works beautifully as well, so I'd recommend that you start there and then probably go to the 23% if you want to get there. But I mean, the 13% is at an effective range when it comes to the efficacy of the ingredient. Something that a lot of people may not realize, and I think it's because COSRX doesn't necessarily push this part of their formula when it comes to the marketing of the vitamin C, is that it also contains a little bit of niacinamide, a little bit of licorice root. It contains glutathione, an ingredient that I really got into this year. It also contains caffeine, and I think the combination overall is what really makes this particular formula stand out from the rest, or should I say, which allows my skin to enjoy it so much. I really like the impact, the brightening, the overall evening of skin tone that I get from using this product, especially combined with the niacinamide. The other products that I'm going to mention in this video, I have used them significantly. However, I use them specifically for the purpose of testing and reviewing. And you're going to realize that they kind of fall in the same categories that I talked about before. And I am not necessarily continuing these. However, they are superstars, and I wanted to include them in this video because I am talking about the best serums and treatments that I tried this year. So we have the Jumiso vitamin C serums, and Jumiso really hit it on the nail on the head this year with their releases in general. So they came out with two new vitamin C serums, the Pure Glow C 5.5 and their VCIP Firming Serum. Both of these are vitamin C serums, but they are a little bit different. So the Pure Glow C 5.5 is their introduction to ascorbic acid. So this one has 5.5% ascorbic acid. However, it's not just 5.5% ascorbic acid, and some people may not want to use it because it sounds like, oh, that's a little bit too low. No. They've actually combined it with alpha-arbutin as well as a vitamin C derivative, ascorbyl glucoside. So you are actually getting the impact of a higher percentage vitamin C, but without the irritation. They have also included ingredients in their formula to help reduce sensitivity. So that's why when somebody is new to ascorbic acid and they have hyperpigmentation or dark spots that they want to deal with, I actually recommend that they try this. And I have had some people who've been using vitamin C for many years, and they've told me that that was the best vitamin C they've ever tried. The VCIP Firming Serum was their vitamin C that is targeted a bit to more mature skin. So the thing about when you have more mature skin is that sometimes as we get older, our level of sensitivity will naturally increase because of the changes of the skin. So what they did is they included bakuchiol. So I love that they included bakuchiol because bakuchiol is something that you could use both in the morning and the evening. And especially if you have more mature skin and increasing your retinol or your retinoid use is creating an issue for you, you could actually combat that by including bakuchiol to get similar types of, well, aging impact, but without the irritation. They've also included a vitamin C derivative in this particular serum, VCIP, which has been showing really good results when it comes to brightening, helping to stimulate collagen production in the skin. So together, it is a really lovely formula. It's not like a liquidy serum, a clear serum. It has like that silky emulsion type texture, feels really lovely on the skin, and it also has a little bit of that alpha arbutin as well, so it's going to help with dark spots. It has a little bit of niacinamide. It also has a little bit of centella asiatica as well for skin soothing, and this particular serum has been clinically proven to increase collagen production by 2.6 times. So you can definitely see why for more mature skin types this is definitely a go-to, and I highly recommend it if you fall in this category. And I want to mention one final vitamin C product, and that's the Beauty of Joseon Light On Serum, Centella and Vitamin C. That one is a super long name, but in my opinion, this is the best product release from Beauty of Joseon ever. Again, I was not expecting much from this product because, of course, I'm using already a high-strength 23% vitamin C from COSRX. So I paused that to bring in the Beauty of Joseon without any great expectations, to be honest. However, I brought it into my skincare routine when I actually had some marks on my nose from some very weird pimples that just showed up and left me with some dark spots on the sides of my nose. I used the Beauty of Joseon Vitamin C exclusively for at least a month, and I was really impressed because within that month I saw a significant improvement in how dark those spots were. Now, the Beauty of Joseon Vitamin C does not use L-ascorbic acid. It uses a vitamin C derivative, a newer one that has been becoming more and more popular in vitamin C products, and that's 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. Now, the initial studies on this particular ingredient show that it is very effective for hyperpigmentation at 2%. So there was in vivo testing done. That means testing done on human skin cells, and they saw this particular reaction. The Beauty of Joseon serum has 10% of this ingredient, but not only that, they've combined it with Centella asiatica. And for those of you who have known a lot about Centella asiatica over the years, you would know that combining vitamin C and Centella asiatica hugely improves the collagen stimulation impact within the skin. That means it's definitely going to help as well with texture and skin healing. They call this a serum, but it feels to me like a very lightweight moisturizer. You will be tempted to keep pumping and pumping and pumping. The packaging is very innovative as well, but I realize that BOJ has been using this type of packaging because they also use it for their retinal eye cream. But I just need one pump to cover my skin. Just pump once, spread it over, and that's enough. I was a little bit worried because I felt like this product was also finishing a little bit too fast, but it turns out that it was really effective. I also liked that after it absorbed, like within a minute and a half or so, it had a natural matte finish on the skin, which is something that's important to me because I get very oily, and you don't necessarily want every single step of your routine adding glow and more glow and more glow and more glow, which is very common with a lot of vitamin C serums. So I needed to mention that because I think that is an aspect of it that is unique and makes it really special as well. If you're somebody who absolutely really cannot use L-ascorbic acid, I do have a friend of mine who definitely cannot use L-ascorbic acid. Doesn't matter the percentage or how small. She has tried this, she loved this, and she purchased a backup because it was the first vitamin C that she tried in years that did not irritate or create an issue for her skin. And finally, let me shout out the 9 Less serums. I did do a video on this, so I will link it so you can go and get all the details about the 2 serums that they released in 2023, but I mention it in this video because again I need to give them props. 9 Less came out with 2 serums, a niacinamide serum and an azelaic acid based serum. However, it was not the typical niacinamide and typical azelaic acid. They did have a focus on the key ingredient. However, they combined each of those ingredients with a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of the other so that the overall formulation has a little bit more efficacy, even though you might find that some of the other ingredients that they included were at low percentages. All of those things are working in the overall formula to help the main ingredient work best. The biggest thing that I must give them props for was texture. The texture of their serums, hands down, an oily skin's person dream. It literally is like water. They absorb into the skin very quickly. I love the texture because it's excellent for layering. It doesn't feel thick and goopy, which is a feeling that can happen, especially if you're layering more than one serum in your morning skincare routine, especially. Excellent, excellent, excellent when it comes to the textures of the products. So guys, we've come to the end of this video, and we've come to the end of my YouTube content for 2023. I hope that all the content was really helpful for you. As usual, I'd like you to leave a comment down below. Let me know what were the best new serums that you've tried in your skincare routine. What was effective for you? What made the biggest difference when it comes to serums in your skincare routine? Also include your skin type, because that information tends to be very helpful for other people who are reading the comments. And let me take this opportunity to wish all of you and your families a healthy, a blessed, a successful, a very prosperous 2024. I hope to see you guys in 2024, and I hope that today's video and this series was very helpful for you, because remember, if you don't have the right products, you have the wrong products. See you guys soon. Bye.